Hello, my name is Stevie Damaso, and today I will be discussing with you mindfulness practice and what it is. Mindfulness is the acceptance of all experiences and allows us to live our lives with day-to-day experiences. Using mindfulness practice in your day will help ease out stress and live in the moment. Everyone has stresses and problems to deal with our life. We tend to think our life is so difficult and deal with constant suffering. Although there is no one solution to getting rid of these stresses, mindfulness practice can help. This will not rid you of problems, but is an attitude towards life and experience, making life meaningful and a direct insight into our feelings and emotions. Research shows that mindfulness practice can alleviate psychological suffering because it gives the person insight into the cause and effective ways to improve it. Now, do not think that it will be a huge time commitment, because time in a teacher's world is always limited. One can do mindfulness practice while doing everyday activities such as driving to work, walking, or even cleaning the classroom. You can also set aside formal practice time during the day for about 15 or 20 minutes. Mindfulness practice is not having a blank mind or blocking thoughts. Rather, it involves noticing what our mind is doing and what we are thinking about. Bringing this awareness makes us realize our thoughts are only thoughts and not an external reality. Mindfulness helps us realize what thoughts we are actually blocking out and deal with them, or turns our attention to what subject is most prominent in our minds. Mindfulness practice allows us to have full range of emotions, attune our relationships and feelings towards others, accept all experiences, good and bad, and embrace pain. In today's world, we are constantly obsessed with seeking pleasure in our lives and trying to avoid pain. Siegel states that Freud described our obsession with seeking pleasure as the pleasure principle. We continue to repeat actions that are followed by rewards. Living with the pleasure principle makes it difficult to live in the moment because of the concerns with having an enjoyable moment and avoiding ones that are not so enjoyable. It does not help that the economy is also supportive of the pleasure principle, selling goods and services to bring pleasure to people. If you think about your life, even in the past few hours, it is most likely that you were trying to pursue a goal, maximizing pleasure and avoiding pain. Mindfulness practice helps us accept our day-to-day experiences, which can include pleasure or pain. If you were to try an experiment and start an informal mindfulness practice right now, a beginning exercise would be breathing. Make sure you are sitting upright in your chair and have a straight spine. Focus on your breath, in particular your stomach going in and out. Notice how short or long your breaths are. After doing this a while, you cannot focus on your breath for that long until your mind starts to wander. Do not get discouraged if this happens, because mindfulness practice takes training. There are other types of mindfulness practice which can include breathing, walking, body scan, and eating meditation. All of these exercises deal with body sensations and awareness of the body in the present experience and accepting them, and can be used as formal or informal practice. It is easy to become frustrated with mindfulness practice if your mind will not stay calm. But trying to force your mind to stay calm always backfires. Instead of practicing mindfulness, we end up judging ourselves and asking, are we really doing this right? Mindfulness practice is accepting the experiences and living in the moment, even if they are unpleasant. Research has shown that using mindfulness practice, both informal and formal, allows people to deal with several difficulties that might be beyond day-to-day experiences. Using mindfulness practice can help with our acceptance of fear, depression, stress and pain, relationships, habits, and illness and death. Mindfulness practice, again, will only help with the acceptance of these content matters rather than trying to solve all the problems. According to Siegel, He has had several patients that have used mindfulness practice that have led difficult lives and have become better people for it. One example Sigel uses is Mary, who is a night dancer and was a single mom. Mary was introduced to mindfulness practice and had a hard time sitting with her thoughts, and noticed how sad, angry, and scared she felt at her job and her reliance on alcohol and drugs. Noticing all these things about her life, Mary realized change had to happen for her and her daughter to survive. She went to therapy and continued mindfulness practice, acquired a job at an office, and is said to feel better about her life and is less stressed. This is just one example of how mindfulness practice helped a patient realize the tribulations and be able to accept them and fix the problems. It is important that if you decide to start mindfulness practice, that you encourage yourself to have some type of schedule. Time is not easily found with teachers, but I encourage you to find some time during the day to practice. Finding support groups is also another way to encourage practice. Finding people in the community who are also meditators and doing mindfulness practice to support your own practice. Having realistic expectations for your practice is also important, because if there are unrealistic expectations, you are more likely to fail. Take time and practice. Any moment can be practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness practice is not a path towards happiness, but just a path that includes feeling full range of human emotions and empathizing with everyone else. It involves embracing the current moment. Mindfulness helps us enjoy all the moments we have left in our lives. It is also a direct correlation to ancient Buddhism belief, dealing with day-to-day stresses, but is a path to freedom of psychological suffering. Mindfulness practice has helped so many people and follows the philosophy of stop and smell the roses, which has made all the difference.